Alright, hey, Hazen Mega here, and so I'm doing a update video for the KO Moto controller. Alright, I have the factory spec controller, and KO has released a new app. Alright, new app or firmware. Alright, it's a version 1.0.6 parentheses 46. Okay, I believe the last one was like 39 or something. Alright. And this is current as of, it was released on April 21st, 2023, alright, a couple days ago, and, or like yesterday. Okay, it's 33 megabytes, and so here's some of the stuff. Well, we'll go over it together, and then we'll go and update it, and I'll show you what it looks like to update the software, okay? So, I think the app that I'm using is from February. Okay, February 2023, so March, yeah, so like 2 months later they release a newer one. And so hopefully this is the one that I've been waiting for. I've been having problems with this bike cutting out on takeoff. Alright, if I open the throttle up really fast and I want to, I want to get the whole shot, or just, I'm drag racing or something, I've had the bike cut out on me a bunch of times. Alright, and I've lost races before because of it. Okay, well, I mean, I've lost my chance to win a race, is what I'm gonna say. Okay, so it's happened like 3 times, all right, and it's really disappointing when it happens, all right. So hopefully they fix that problem, all right. It's a problem where when the wheel isn't moving and like you're trying to generate a lot of power, or you want it to go real fast. There's like a programming in there that tells it, no, we don't like that, and it like doesn't go, alright, it just dies, and then you have to restart it and then go. So hopefully they fix that problem, but it's really annoying. That's what I say. Alright, so anyway, let's go. I will show you the process for upgrading or for updating the app or the firmware for the controller. Alright, last time I did it with Ian, and then but now it's pretty easy. Alright. Okay, so let's get this party started. So I've got my bike on a stand, alright, right there. You gotta make sure the rear wheel is off the ground, right, because it's gonna move, alright guys. And then I've got my phone on my handlebar here, and I'll show you guys what's up. Okay, but first, let's go see what stuff there is here, okay? So this is there it is. So you're going to have to, I have an Android phone. You're going to have to navigate to whatever, operating system you have. They have Android and iOS. Okay, so if I go back here, so this is the app site on KO Moto. You just go to, I go to the Android one, right? So if you got an Apple phone, you use this one, right? But we're going to use Android. It takes you to the download page, all right? KO Moto Android version 1.0.6. Parentheses 46. Okay, April 21st 2023. So this is the 1.06 of the app has been released. It's a big update, it says. Okay, so it has hex files for the rush controller. That doesn't apply to me because I have the factory version. There's a new beta hex file for 72 volt Surons only. Alright, so I think that's the firmware file. This version fixes timeout issues and introduces completely redesigned new throttle algorithm. At default setting, the new algorithm will produce a true linear and smooth response, making the bike much more manageable at high power settings. Well, that's good. All right, so it's like kind of got like a softer throttle. I have my throttle tuned up pretty well, so before I do anything, I'm going to save all the settings I have right in here right now. Okay. But anyway, it has a profile sharing feature, all right here. You can log in with your email and you can share your tune profiles, and you can share it on Facebook and all that stuff. Okay, so it's got some social media stuffs in it. Profile cloud backup feature. You can log into your email and have your profile. Oh, okay, that's cool. There's a cloud function, so you can upload your tune files into their cloud server, and then like if something happens to your phone or whatever, or you need you need to back up your files, you can send them there. All right, and then you can retrieve them whenever you want. That's nice. Okay, and then regenerative braking now has presets, making it much easier to change on the go. Okay, that's nice. So there's something about the minimum regen speed. All right, guys. This bike has a minimum regen speed of like 10. Okay, so at 10 miles an hour, the regen just nothing. You get no regen after under 10 miles an hour. All right, so and that's not that's unacceptable for technical dirt off-road dirt riding. If I have to go down a hill, I need to slow down. I need better regen. So hopefully they fix something like that. The dashboard temperature gauges, all right, have been tweaked and now also display minimum and maximum temperature in Fahrenheit for those who understand it. Okay, so I guess you can put it in Fahrenheit. I will just keep it in Celsius. Yeah, if you just got to know what's the hottest and what's the coolest, I guess. And there's a new live kilowatt gauge, all right? And Apple users will get so it says stuff about Apple. Okay. All right, so before I download this, what I want to do is turn the bike on. Okay, I've got it in there. I got the EBMX battery in there today. Crazy power, man. I'm borrowing it from somebody. And then we're going to go to the old KO Moto app. Okay, I've got it set to the dirt setting right now, but in my opinion, that when they upgraded this or they updated it the last time, it was a great update. So hopefully this one will be even better. All right. So right now I want to take note of like what all my settings are. All right, and to do that, I'm just going to do a screenshot on my phone. I got to hold the power button and the down volume button, and it takes a screenshot. All right, so I'm just going to take a bunch of screenshots of all the settings. All right, particularly this advanced setting here. Okay, so this is the phase current settings for each RPM. So I want to get a shot of all of that. Okay, so 2,500. Okay. Trying to get every number. It's pretty easy to remember, but I'm just gonna screenshot it. There's a long list of RPM. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have it on custom, and then I have this setup that Ian at KO Moto set me up with, and it works pretty good. It's pretty gentle acceleration, like they're mentioning. All right, and then these are my throttle settings. I'm gonna save that. Okay. Maybe I'll save the motor settings. I'm gonna save my braking settings. Advanced, I'm probably not gonna save, but yeah, let's just save it anyways. Just to save it. All right. Okay, and then save the last one. All right, so now you know what settings to put in if they get deleted. Okay, guys. So that's the OEM speedometer. That's the important one on the controller page. Okay, and then for each of the profiles, I probably want to save again. So we're gonna go. I have baseline. Okay, and basically all these changed are just the power settings. Okay, so that's the baseline, 250 amps. That's already like too much for this battery to handle. I've got a drag setting, which is still too much for this. Well, for drag racing, I think it should be fine. Okay. And then I've got one for track. Okay. 200 amps might be too much, but okay, and then we're going to go back to dirt. because that's what I had it on. Okay, and then so now I've recorded all the settings down to do all the screenshots, and then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete this app. All right, so I'm gonna exit this, close it, turn my bike off. Okay, and then we're gonna put this in the garbage. Okay, so the old one, delete it. Okay, it says delete this app. Delete. Okay, now we're gonna go update the app. We're gonna go back to the website. We're gonna download it. All right, so it says, has the same freaking name every time. All right, so it says app release 4. So this is like the fourth app release that I've downloaded that like has the same freaking name. So I guess you could rename it, but I'm not gonna rename it. Okay, it's gonna say the file might be harmful because you're not downloading it from the App Store. Download anyway because we know it's coming from KO Moto. It's safe. We're gonna hit open here. If you can't find it on your if that doesn't pop up, you can go to the files in your download folder and find it in there, right? And it's whatever it was saved it as. All right, so I was app release 4, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go to package installer here. Okay, just once. Do you want to install this app? Install. Okay, and then we'll open it. You can put done or open. We're going to hit open. Okay, it says allow access. I'm going to say while using the app. Allow, just allow it, let it to do it all. Okay, I'm going to turn the bike on for one thing. Refresh. I think it's this KO8619. Okay, yeah, pick the one that says KO, then hit connect. Okay, there we go, it's connected. So I'm gonna put this on the handlebar so you guys can see what's going on here. And it's pretty simple, all right? All you gotta do is follow the directions, all right? So it says, first things first, let's set up your controller to best fit your build. Don't worry, we'll guide you through it, okay? Hit continue. All right, I've got a Sauron. I've got the F-Spec controller. So this is something different right here is the Rush, okay? So I don't think there was the Rush in there before, right? The Rush is the higher model controller above the factory spec, okay? And then there's a KO-RS, KO-RS F-Spec, and Light B OEM, okay? So I have the KO-RS F-Spec. They should have like some QS motors in there, all right? And then I'm running a 72-volt battery, okay? So that's it. And it also tells you the firmware. It says update firmware, reset the controller to latest firmware version 21 dot something 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 beta. Yeah, okay, so here's an important one, all right? So see this, it's going to update the firmware on the controller. The old firmware was from so there's like a database of what is this of firmware updates, okay? Firmware files. So there's one from November 24, 2022, and there's one from this one, all right? April 21st, 2023. You can choose which one, all right? But we're going to use the newest one, all right? But yeah, you can actually select what firmware you want to update onto it. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the only difference is the Rush is different. All right, we're gonna hit update. Let me save this screen. Okay, update. So it's updating the firmware on the controller right now. Please stay close to the controller and do not switch away from the app while updating, okay? I'm actually going to go test this out on a ride today, so I've got a race this weekend. I hope this doesn't like mess up the controller or anything. Like, I had the bike running pretty well, so that's what I'd say. But that's why I said to save all the settings, guys, before you take screenshots of all your settings before you do this, because you may lose them, all right? But maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Make sure your phone's got some charge in it too, all right? Okay, it's been about a minute. Okay, yeah, it takes about a minute. Okay, now it's going to start beeping at you to calibrate the throttle. Your throttle must be calibrated before it can be used. Tap start and follow the instructions when ready. I'm surprised it didn't calibrate the motor. All right, first. So hit start. All right, it says pull and hold the throttle. I have a domino throttle, by the way. Okay, maybe it's going to calibrate. All right, release and wait. Just all you got to do is follow directions and make sure you let go of the throttle. All right, pull and hold throttle. Okay, release and wait. All right, same old song and dance. Okay, release and wait. Okay, all done. The throttle was about like 4 volts or something. Okay, it's going to do motor calibration. Please make sure the back wheel is off the ground, all right, guys? Okay, confirm and start. All right, pull and hold throttle. Okay, release throttle. Pull and hold throttle. Okay, release throttle. It says it's calculating tune. Okay, your controller is ready for action, is what it says. It says let's go. All right, same screen. And guess what? Okay, so my camera battery died. But anyway, all the profiles are all gone, guys. So I'm gonna put back the profiles that I remember. It was track. Just make it all caps. Okay, and it looks like it just makes a duplicate of the base file. All right, track, dirt. Man, what was the other one? Oh crap, I forgot. It was track. Oh, drag. It was a drag. Yeah. And I guess the baseline will be my street setting or something. Okay, I want to do dirt. All right. What is this? There's a share. So this is to register for the cloud thing. Okay. You're gonna give them your email and make an account or something, and then you can upload your tunes there. So if you ever have to do this, if you have to update your thing again, you can pull all your tune files. All right, your profile settings from the cloud. All right, because now I have to reprogram all of this. Okay, but you saved all the settings before you did this, right, guys? I would still save all the settings. All right, so we're gonna go back to the dirt setting. So this is the main screen right here. All right, it has the profile. It's same as the last version. All right, it's got your voltage here. It's got your state of charge. It's got the controller temp and the motor temp. Yeah, okay, I don't know if that's in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Is there a way to tell? Okay, and then you can switch between miles per hour, RPM, and there's a kilowatt setting now. Okay, I think before this only shows up if you're on the throttle. Okay, so also if you put it in landscape mode, it'll show. Oh, okay, so it'll show the miles per hour, and then on the right it could be your RPM or kilowatts, okay, how much power you're pulling. It's kind of cool. Okay, and then your battery is down here, your motor temp is here, and your controller temp is here, and then the menu's right there, okay? And then here, you can reset the controller, all right, or unpair it, okay? But don't do that, or else you're going to go through what you just went through. Okay. All right, so there it is. All the settings are wiped from it, guys. So I have to redo all the settings. I believe I was running like 180. Let's do 175. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna go back. Oh, you're gonna find where those. Okay, so this is my screenshots folder, and these are all the screenshots that I just took. Okay. So for the dirt, I had a 180 amps and 700 phase amps, so I'm gonna put 180. I wanted to try 175, but let's just put it back to what it was. Okay, I've got all this up there. Oh, you know what? I don't think I did the eco settings, or did I? I did. Okay, good man. DC current is 146. Okay, that's fine. Okay, eco phase current 553. Okay. Oh, and the max speed. Okay. All right, I'm going to save that for my dirt settings, and I'm going to go to advanced. Oh, you know what? I didn't save all the other ones. Okay, so these are this new throttle. Oh, geez. It goes down like a whole lot. I don't know if I want to try this one out, or yeah, it just goes down right away. What's up with that? It's like 75, 82, 88, 94, 100. Okay, Hades Omega is going to try this out. All right. But if you remember correctly, this is what it looked like before. Okay. That's what it looked like before. Okay, guys, see how the curve is more straighter? That's the one I was using, as opposed to, yeah, so you can see the two, right? This one is kind of similar. It starts out similar, and then it just kind of just drops. Okay, so that means when you get higher up in the RPM, you're going to start losing torque. Okay. I don't know if we want to use that or not, but I'm going to take it out for a ride today and try it and see if I like it. If I don't, I'm just going to put the settings I had in there before. But so the other one starts off at, so the old setting was 75, 78, 81, and 84 up to 2000 RPM, all right? So right here we've got 75, 82, 88, and then 94. So this one ramps up. It ramps up faster. Yeah, it ramps up real fast, but then at like it seems here at 5,000 RPM. After 5,000, it just nosedives. All right, where this one current's still up there. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one out today. Okay, I don't know. Maybe this is what they're talking about. It's got a better throttle, a smoother throttle. We'll try it out, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that in there for now. But I have the settings for the old throttle, so yeah, if I don't like it, I'll put the other one back. Okay, so throttle, I believe. Ooh, okay, this is new. There's two throttles. There's true linear and there's linear plus. Oh boy. I think linear plus might be the sport mode, guys. If I remember correctly, there was a drop down menu before, and there was like a sport mode and like an eco mode or something. So now there's just a true linear and linear plus. Okay, linear plus sounds like a sport mode. Okay, guys, like it'll ramp up real fast. If I remember correctly, I was running a throttle sensitivity of 175. All right, I had put 180 in for a race. I went from 170 to 180 in a race, and I said, like, man, this is like, it's too sensitive. But I couldn't change it during the race. Okay, guys, so I put it back down. I was at 170 before, and then I said, you know what, split the difference, just make it 175, because I felt the throttle was kind of sluggish before. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay, I'm tuning this to go dirt biking for a Grand Prix race this weekend. Okay, you're not going to mess around with any of this stuff. When you do the motor calibration, it sets all this for you. Don't mess around with that. That's what Ian told me. Okay. But yeah, just for reference, the motor is going counterclockwise. The phase shift is 27, and it's rated for 8,354 RPM, and it's got 4 pole pairs. All right, I'm running the KO Moto F-Spec motor. Okay, so the braking was 40 and 60 custom. All right, there's still no minimum regen. All right, guys, come on, KO Moto. I want a minimum regen. I don't want this thing to. I want this to regen under like 10 miles per hour. Give me like 5 miles per hour or 3. You know, some usable regen when I'm riding in technical terrain, guys. Okay, I need the bike to slow down when I'm going down a hill. I don't want to have to rely on the brakes. You know. Oh, so these are the settings that were in there before. Notice it's very similar. All right, it was 27 before. The RPM was lower, so that's kind of weird, but whatever. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to go tune my braking. I want to go to the braking. Okay. I'm going to go to braking. Okay. Just copy the settings you had in there before if you like them. All right. You want to turn the regen braking on. All right. Oh, okay. There's a low, high, and custom. So custom 40-60. We were running 40-45 before. Yeah, 40-45. But now, yeah, it lets you do whatever you want now. I don't know. It says 40. Let me just do 40-50. How about that? Okay, but there's a high, low, so you can turn it off. There's a low setting, standard, high, and custom. Okay, so custom is like it was before. All right, it has the sliders. You can choose how much regen you want. All right, makes me wonder. Let's take a look at this. Set the level of regenerative braking when letting go of the throttle. Okay, so they have some simplified regenerative braking settings. All right, but braking profiles. You've got off. All right, I imagine it's just going to coast. The brake sensor. So my brake sensor was disabled. Okay. All right, disabled. So I'm going to put it disabled. I don't have a brake sensor, so. Yeah, so there's a low, standard, and high. So you're going to have to play around with that and see which one you like for low, standard, and high. I like a lot of regen, guys, so I put 40 amps. All right, they're saying 20 amps is the max that you want to put, but like it's not enough for me. It still doesn't feel like the bike is slowing down enough. So I like it at 40 amps. All right, I want a regen throttle, guys. If you guys could make a regen throttle for the KO controller, this would be like the perfect controller. All right, I would give it my blessing. But all right, anyway, save. We're going to use the custom setting. Maybe I'll play around with the low, standard, and high. But that's nice that they put that there. You can change it right away. It's rider preference, guys. All right, some people like more regen, some people don't. All right, but regen gives you a little more range, is what I'm going to say. All right. And it helps the bike slow down, obviously. Okay, these are the advanced settings. Don't mess around with these. Did we save these? That's a good question. Yeah, those. So did the settings change at all? Yeah, it did. AN went from 8 to 6, and speed KP is 5, 4, 8, 12, 40, 80, 120. Okay, so the AN went down. Oh, it went up. AN went up to 8. Why did they go up to 8? What is that? For advanced users, this function is used to control motor vibration and change the wave type use for magnetic field weakening. It is recommended to use a lower number if you're using a higher power system. Okay, so I don't know. It was 6 before, and now it's 8. Okay, but if you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with anything on this screen. Okay, and this is controller. And you can't change anything except for the OEM speedometer. These are the specs, basically the specs of your controller, right? Your max DC current is 440. Your max phase amp is 830. Firmware voltage 72 volts. Because we put 72 volts in the beginning. This is the firmware version. All right, so this is the newest one, guys. 21.04.2023. All right, April 21st, 2023 beta. I don't know what that means. why, if you're gonna release another version, it's just gonna be a different date, right? I don't think they're gonna. And then so this is the version, the newest version of the app that we just downloaded is a 1.0.6 parentheses 46. It was like 39 before. Was it 39? Let me see. Yeah, it was 39 before. Okay. Now they put dots in their firmware, so you can kind of tell. All right, this one was from November 24th. Okay. So OEM speedometer was set to 7. So I'm going to set this to 7. Oh, it was at 0 and then it just got stuck at 1 now. Anyway, it was at 7. I'm going to ride with the GPS today and see if that's, you know, the thing, but I had it set to 7, so that's what I'm going to put. Okay, so now I've set it up the way it was before, at least for the dirt profile. Really, all the profiles do, I think, is they just change the power settings, okay? So hopefully you saved all the power settings from before, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. All right, so yeah, that's it. All right, and the bike should run. All right, we'll just give it a twist. Make sure the bike is running in the right direction, also, guys. Counterclockwise, right? Okay, it's pretty snappy. Yeah, it does seem snappy. Okay. No miles per hour. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is a GPS speedometer. That's why. So this is actual GPS. So you can actually use your phone. All right, you can use your phone to calibrate this. All right, you can use this GPS. You can use the. I don't know how you can change this to miles per hour and all that stuff. Is there a way to change that? Oh, okay. Look at this. You can join the cloud right here. Okay, so this is the profile thing. If you wanna register for that cloud stuff. Okay, I might do it later. All right. Okay, but anyway, yeah. You can calibrate your speedometer, your stock speedometer, if you use this, the GPS, the app. So ride around with the phone mount. Look at this, and then if they're different, try to move the slider around. Okay. 7 is what worked for me before, right? I don't know if it works now, so. Okay, and so with that, that's the end of the app update video, all right? That was for 1.06 parentheses 46, all right? And so it's got a new app and a new firmware, all right? The firmware hasn't been updated since November last year as of this video, okay? So now it's current. It's like a couple days ago current, all right? So hopefully they fixed a lot of stuff. We'll see. So stuff I still want, all right? I want a regen throttle, and I want a minimum regen cutoff, all right? So the ASI controller had this setting where you can set the regen, like, so when you roll off, basically when this gets to 10 miles per hour, you get no more regen, all right? And I need more regen than that, all right? That's fine for the street, all right? That's perfectly fine for riding on the street. But if I'm riding off-road in technical terrain, like very steep downhills and stuff, I need to slow the bike down, all right? And I can't slow it down. I don't want to go 10 miles an hour on a steep technical downhill section if I don't have to, all right? Haze Mega is not. I'm not a big fan of like going fast downhill. Okay, I always slow down a lot, and if I can't rely on the engine braking, all right, the regen braking to slow me down, I have to use the brakes, all right? And if I use the brakes too much, one thing, if you're using the mechanical brakes, you're gonna lose some range, right? You're wasting power, you know. You could be putting that power back into the battery going down the hill, all right? And another thing is yeah, your brakes could overheat, and then you got no brakes. So you better be good at riding 10 miles an hour down technical steep terrain then, right, type of thing, all right? And so I don't want that, all right? When I had my ASI controller, I had a thumb throttle on the left grip, all right, that controlled the regen, and I like that a whole lot, all right? I can skid the bike around whenever I want. If I didn't want regen, I just wouldn't touch it, you know, and the bike would just coast the whole time, all right? This one you have to, it's very important to have good throttle position control, okay? especially when you're hitting the jumps. All right, if you just roll forward, it nosedives. All right, so that's why I want a regen throttle. All right, I want full control over my regen whenever I want. All right, at any RPM. All right, and this one isn't doing it. All right, it just, yeah, and the 20 amps is not enough, is all I want to say. But anyway, I'm gonna take it out for a test ride today. I'll get a video. Yeah, I'm gonna get a video. I'm gonna do a range testing on this EBMX battery. So check that video out. That I will be riding with the new firmware and app software in there. So you'll get to see how it runs. All right. So if you want to see how it runs with this new app and stuff, and I'll kind of critique it a little bit as I go along. I think it should be pretty much the same, but they did say the throttle was different and the regen might be different. All right, yeah. So there was a couple things different from the older app and the newer app. All right, the one that we just installed. All right, they kind of simplified stuff, as I want to say, and then they have that cloud function now. All right, so still work in progress. Keep up the good work, KO Moto. All right. I want a minimum, at least a minimum regen speed. All right. All right. Thanks, big out. Thanks for watching.